Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of 2019 of You, Me, and He, your favorite comedy podcast. Fellas, welcome to the new year. How are you? We've forgotten how to do this, is what it seems like. What the heck's going on?
Didn't forget. I had another sour candy in my mouth, and I couldn't really talk. So just a little behind. I wasn't ready. I was still waiting another 5 seconds before I was supposed to introduce myself.
Well, that's what I was waiting for, and then he jumped right into conversation. I'm like, dude, where are we going?
It's all good.
Dude,
and this
by
is
the way,
Drew
everyone,
Carroll.
I'm Josh Frankenstein.
We haven't even got there yet. Through
okay.
the craze of the Christmas season, through just insane sickness. I don't know if you guys got sick. I got so sick.
I have a story to tell. Yeah,
dude. Through insane holiday travel, like the ashes of a phoenix, we have risen again in the year 2019.
Let's hope that's actually what happens.
And here we are. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Rob Lambert, and I am joined by my co-hosts.
This is the 2019 version of Josh Frankenstein.
Sexier and better than ever, I would say.
And this is Drew Carroll.
That's right. Drew Carroll with a huge, freaking amazing beard.
Golden as ever.
You look like you spent Christmas and the New Year in a dungeon or something. It's so awesome.
Just chopping wood, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me?
That's not.
He said chopping.
Figurative thing.
He said chopping wood. Fellas, dude, let's just break this down. How was your Christmas? I don't know about you, but mine was insane. Talk to me.
Dude, I took 3 weeks of vacation off from work, right?
Oh, that's glorious.
I took 1 week off prior to the kids getting Christmas vacation, thinking I'll have an entire week of the house to myself. Day one of my vacation, 3 kids get the flu.
Oh.
On the last week of school before they leave for vacation.
Excellent.
2 of them stayed home until Thursday. 1 went back. And then the 4th one didn't go to school on Friday.
Oh, man.
And that just cycled for another 4 or 5 days, right? So we're into the kids' vacation now, a couple days leading up to Christmas. I've got 2 sick kids after 2 of them get over it. The wife gets sick.
Yeah.
So now she's battling it. And then the first kid that came down with it gets sick 2 days after the wife gets sick, going into Christmas Day.
Okay, so here's the question we're all wondering. This is going to be recorded, archived, put out into the ether for all of eternity. Josh, was there a shook spiral in your home during this time?
That actually did not happen. I am proud to say that the only thing that ended up happening was someone puked up a little bit of bile after coughing too hard.
Tasty.
Excellent.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Merry
it was
Christmas.
mostly fevers, coughs, and just like chills. Like
Yeah.
no throwing up, which was fantastic.
So Josh's story ends at Christmas Day, and then that's where mine starts. We go over to his house for Christmas Day.
That was your first mistake.
Yeah, dude. So that was on a Tuesday.
yeah, Christmas was on Tuesday.
Thursday, I walk into practice, and I'm like, dude, I don't feel very good, man. I've been feeling pretty terrible all day today. Thursday night, not so bad, dude. Woke up Friday, felt absolutely horrible. I went to the doctor. I never go to the doctor when I'm sick. I went to the doctor.
Wow.
He gave
Must
me
have
some
been serious.
stuff. Dude, Saturday night was one of the worst nights of my life. Dude, like, it was just all respiratory, dude, but my chest felt like it was on fire. And it was bad, dude. I've never had it that bad before.
You had a fire above your trousers.
That makes it sound
That was all
more,
of Josh's family.
that makes it sound a lot more fun than it was.
Daddy, it's giving me the fire in my trouser.
Yeah, dude.
Dude.
So I got sick, and then the baby got sick too. And
Oh,
Dude.
that's the freaking worst.
oh
dude.
yeah, she was just awake all the time, and not like she just stuffy, or cleaning her nose out like 3 or 4 times a day. Just love. Happy New Year, everyone.
Yeah. Welcome to 2019.
Yeah. So if you're wondering what happened and why there haven't been 3 episodes over the last few weeks, it's because we're all on the verge of dying. So here we are now.
We all experienced the most wonderful time of year.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I was like, we were leading up to our Christmas services. We were going to do 5 services over the course of 2 days.
That's a lot.
We had 1,500 people come through our doors. And the night before, it's just like, I am almost positive I might have strep throat or something like that.
Oh.
So, dude, I'm like sitting in the bathroom with like the steam and all that and just like chugging like tea and all kinds of crap, and somehow made it through, and then got to get on a plane Christmas Day and fly to California. So it was glorious.
Ooh.
So now here we are.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have told us you were here because we didn't hear from you.
Dude, you guys were dying, so I just wanted to give you your space.
I'm sure that's the reason.
You didn't even know until I just told you.
Anyway, let's start the show, guys. So fellas, we're going to talk about some awesome stuff tonight. Before we do, this week, I want to share a story with you guys that is just one of my favorites. My wife has a tendency to, in the most opportune moments, just say something that you would swear that. How do I put this without getting in trouble?
Okay.
I was gonna make a blonde joke, but that seems highly insensitive. There was a situation where there was 2 friends of ours who were trying to figure out how you pronounce the word both. How do you guys say the word both?
The way you just said it.
Both.
Okay, because there's some people who will put an L in there, like both. You ever heard that before?
I've heard that, and then I've heard
you
both.
just said it the same way.
No.
Oh, please. So we had a couple of friends who were trying to settle this, and my wife walked into the room. This isn't the actual story. This is just, I'm giving you some context. She walks in the room, and they're like, hey, how would you spell the word B-O-T-H? She thinks for a moment, and she goes, both. So that's the kind of thing that we're working with here.
Oh, man.
So I love it. Oh, I love it. I face palm and then I laugh.
Did you literally just say, how would you spell the word B-O-T-H? And she responded by pronouncing
how would you
Bob?
pronounce?
Okay.
How would you pronounce the word?
Okay, sorry.
B-O-T-H.
I think I cut out there for a second because I was like, wait, this is like that. Doubly bad. Like you asked how you spell B-O-T-H.
You know what? I'm just gonna edit all this out, and then it'll be even funnier. So we're in Target, and I don't know if you guys have been to Target recently, but Chip and Joanna, the fixer-upper people, they have this whole area of Target now that they've sort of like taken over. Have you seen this?
Yes. In fact, my wife has just recently bought that part of the store. So I'm very familiar with Hearth and Home.
That part of the store is now in your home.
You guys remember that episode of Friends when they're buying everything from Pottery Barn? Yeah.
So
she hates Pottery Barn.
So we're walking into this area, and it's like her favorite part of the store. We have to hit it every time. And when she's looking at all the different things and all the little knickknacks, and so she picks up a candle, and she opens it and smells it, and she's like, oh my gosh, you have to smell this. And she puts it in my face.
Somebody did that to me before. I was not pleased with the outcome.
So I take a big whiff, and guys, I have to tell you, it was glorious. I mean, Chip and Joanna, they know what they're doing. Let's just set the record straight. It was great. So I take a big whiff, and I'm like, oh man, that is awesome. What is it? Now, when I ask that question, the question I'm asking is, what is the scent? What is it called?
Right. What's the fragrance?
My wife... Yeah, exactly. What is it? My wife then proceeds to say, it's a candle. I get that. I understand. I understand that it's a candle. And in this moment, I love you even more than I did a few minutes ago. So,
both of them or just that one?
Perfect. So, there you go, guys. It's a candle. Okay, so Josh, talk to me, my friend. How are you doing?
You know, outside of Christmas becoming one of my least favorite holidays, the fact that my vacation was interrupted with playing wet nurse to my entire family, basically.
You should have called your boss and be like, you know what? I can be there.
or I should have called in and said, you know what? I'm just gonna blow a week of family sick leave. No more vacation.
Yeah, dude.
Is
it possible for me to give my vacation time away?
Yeah. But I did end vacation on a good note. Actually, today was my last day of vacation. I go back to work tomorrow. But yesterday, Amy's sister was about ready to leave to get on a plane to go back to Africa because she's in the Peace Corps, right? And as I was talking to her yesterday, we were just discussing like kind of culture and like pop culture type of thing, movies and music and stuff like that. And she asked me if I was a fan of Jermaine Clement. You know who that is, right, Rob? Jermaine Clement.
Oh,
Flight of the Conchords.
Of course. Oh,
Yeah?
yes, definitely.
Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah. Okay,
absolutely.
Okay, okay. Anyway, so we both have kind of like the same humor. We love like super like sarcastic, stuff, right? It's just
of course
that's our thing. So I actually showed Andrew a clip of this before we started the show tonight. They Jermaine Clement and some of his buddies did a film called What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, the vampire movie.
Yes, the vampire mockumentary. I had never seen it before, right? And my wife's sister Corey is telling me that like the friends that she has are like super into it, say that it's one of the best movies they've ever seen, laugh so hard, right? Like, man, she really she pumped this film up, man. And I did not know what to expect. And I was actually afraid I was going to be disappointed because of how much she pumped it up. 5 minutes into the movie, Amy and I had to hit pause because we could no longer see through our tears. We were laughing so hard. Like, if anyone out there, any mockumentary you've ever seen, just take that movie, and yes, I include Spinal Tap in this, and double it. It is that funny, dude. It's freaking hilarious.
That's some high praise.
It's like, dude, it's like filming of The Office or Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
And it's just super sarcastic and like just making fun of like a life these vampires would live, like if it was actually real. Just so funny. And it was exactly what I needed to close out my vacation, dude. Like, I mean, it was just like, yes. Like, you take 3 weeks off and you're a little disappointed at what you didn't get to do. At least I got that little nugget like put in. And I just have to say, if you have not seen What We Do in the Shadows, go to Amazon Prime and watch it today.
Yeah,
don't wait. Go watch it today.
I'm gonna go home and watch it tonight, dude. That 5-minute clip was enough for me, dude. I was like crying, dude.
True confessions. I've seen the trailer and it looked amazing, but I've never actually seen the movie. And so all I'm saying is that if it gets 2 thumbs up for Mr. Josh Frankenstein, that I gotta see it now. There's no question.
Oh, please go watch it.
Yeah, I'm watching it tonight, dude.
Now, I do have, you mentioned The Office, Josh,
yes.
And I was thinking about this over the Christmas break, and so I do have a question for you. And I think all of our listeners are wondering. A couple of months ago, you committed to taking the ride and watching all the way to the end of The Office. And so I think just a little update. How's that going, my friend?
Done.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
You finished it?
I did. I finished it.
Oh,
I rode the show out, man. It's over.
Wait.
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay, Drew, we'll hear from you next week. Josh. Okay, no spoilers, I guess, because this is one thing I feel like no matter how much time goes by, you can't spoil it. But all I need to know from you, Josh, is 2 things. One, did you love it? And number 2, did you cry?
Yes. And kinda.
Yes. Dude, I'm telling you. There's 3 things, there's three pieces of media that it's okay to cry at. You can cry at the end of Saving Private Ryan, you can cry at the end of Braveheart, and you better damn sure cry at the end of The Office because it was worth it. So good. Dude, that makes my heart
just
so
kinda
happy.
though. Just kinda. Not a lot. Not a lot. I don't know. I think it's easier when you step away from something for a long period of time that you can go back to it and
You'd already broken up.
Yeah.
So it's like you were back together for a short amount of time.
I mean,
and then,
I'm not kidding, man. Like after what was it? One full season after Michael Scott left, I quit watching. I actually went back and started the show over. Like on
From
DVD.
the beginning?
Yeah, from the beginning and watched all the way up to that same point.
Yeah.
And then like was done. Like and I wouldn't go back and do it. But I think after taking like 3 years away from the show, you kind of open your mind a little bit more. So it was good.
Dude.
It was really good. I enjoyed it. It was fun all the way through.
that show was on
That
loop
last
at our
season
house.
was a ride, dude. That last season was a ride. Just, with Jim and Pam. Like, it was a ride.
Yeah.
Dude, when Jim goes back there to talk to Toby and he's all, we're doing marriage counseling. Oh my God, what? Like makes it sound all bad.
Dang it, Josh. I've never been more proud of you in my life, man.
Yeah, no, finished
job.
it. It was good. It was good. I have a newfound respect for it. I think if the show found its own legs and was able to stand on its own without Michael Scott, which was great. And yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Sweet. Just kidding, Drew. What's up, man?
Okay, where do I start? I watched some chick flick Christmas movies that we ended up not talking about. That was a waste of time.
okay. I just want to say on that note, here's what happened with me. That second one we were gonna watch, the Christmas Prince. Is that what it was? The Christmas Prince.
Yeah.
Amy chose to watch them with me so that she could actually listen back on the podcast. Right. We made it through the first 20 minutes of that movie and shut it off.
Yeah.
And watch something else instead. And I was prepared and ready to talk about the other movie that I watched over the Christmas Prince.
You know what happened to me? I started watching it, and then the baby started crying, right? And the movie was playing while the baby was crying.
was that bad.
For about 20 minutes. I rewound it. Oh, no. To catch the parts that I missed.
Dang it, Drew.
So, yeah, Christmas was awesome. It rocked.
Did you also watch the sequel? The Royal Wedding?
I watched a few, dude. Yeah. Dude, then I was like, oh, this will be cool. I went to a Metallica concert, right? Those guys are really old. Really old.
They are not as old as the Rolling Bones.
Dude, no. Dude, Kurt Hammett, dude, is just getting weirder and weirder. Like when I was watching him, I'm like, dude, is this guy losing his mind?
Yeah, because I want to know how someone can flip their hair up, their perm,
Dude.
while the solo's still going. That's what I'd like to
so,
know.
Oh my gosh.
To me, it's so weird to be in an arena full of people, like guys who pride themselves on how like tough they are and stuff. And then Kirk Hammett is the guy that they're cheering for.
Yeah.
Dude.
So it was pretty interesting, dude. I'm glad I went. It was a bucket list band, but
Wait, is that the first time you've ever seen him live?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay.
I can live without it.
I mean, Hetfield, he sounded amazing.
Dude,
right?
it was cool. I mean, the setup that they had was cool. I'm even going to give credit to Lars because I've always thought the guy was a douche. But I'm going to give credit to him. Like, he was the show, actually.
Okay.
So
that's how high the bar was.
He had all the energy. Everyone else was just exhausted.
Well, it's because he gets to
And
sit
they
down
have
the
been
whole
for
time.
5 years.
Like, dude, we've been playing Ride the Lightning for so long. We're so tired. So, yeah, that was good. Yeah, and then I got sick on Christmas Day, which transitioned into New Year's, so we didn't do anything New Year's. We went to sleep.
Hey, didn't we go see Atreyu also?
Oh, we did go see Atreyu.
Yeah, we
the
went and
night
saw Atreyu.
after I went to Metallica.
That's right. Yeah. We went and saw
Jeez,
Atreyu
that
in
sounds like the
Sacramento.
most rockin' weekend ever.
It was cool, dude. I was really, really
Dude,
tired.
this show that we went and watched, where that Atreyu headlined, there was a second band that played, And do you remember what their name was?
Ice Nine Kills.
Ice Nine Kills. They were.
Yeah.
You've heard of them, huh?
I've heard of the name.
I
Yes.
got their poster.
Dude, it was like, how did I describe it the night that we watched them? It was like taking Panic on the Disco and having them snort cocaine. That's what they sounded like. They sounded like Panic at the Disco with an overdriven guitar after snorting cocaine.
Dude, and it was
just,
it was really uncomfortable because the bass player was like fighting the singer for the attention.
Oh, Rob, this was like the greatest. This was the greatest.
It was
thing
actually
ever.
at a point, dude, where the bass player was up on the riser and the singer had to tap him on the shoulder to get him to come down so that he could go up there for a part.
Oh, jeez.
and then pushed him.
Yeah.
And then pushed him.
Dude,
All right.
it was interesting.
So
Two strong personalities.
You can say that.
no. It was great. It was great. It was like a show within a show.
Yeah, dude. It was weird. But Atreyu was good, dude.
Yeah,
Really
Trey
good.
was good. I was really happy to see them, dude. That was one of my
You-
favorite bands when we were younger. So
You were just praying that the lead singer would take his mic stand and bash the front of the bass player's amp. All a rock star.
that
You've
would've been
ruined
cool.
your performance. Don't ruin it for the rest of us.
So good.
Dang it.
Dude, and speaking of Atreyu, man, I forget what his name is, but the lead guitarist for Atreyu, I did not realize how freaking short that guy was.
Oh, yeah.
He is like super tiny. It was literally like seeing Peter Drinkard up there playing guitar.
Oh, Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah, you guys know who I'm talking about. Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but dude, he shredded though, man. He shredded.
He did.
Crazy.
He's
Yeah.
also been playing the same 7 solos for the last
Yeah.
15
Yeah.
years. So you better have him down.
I felt like we had a lot in common though, dude. It was just like, man, we're dads, you're dads.
Dude, okay.
We get you, man.
Here's the thing that was really funny. Lead singer, or the scruffy voice guy, not the drummer.
Alex.
Yeah, sure. He was dressed in a way and had a smile on his face that made it look like he had just exited rehab like 4 months ago. That is
my God.
literally how he looked. Like just super clean cut. He could have been a Mormon missionary wearing black. Like that's what it could have been. So I mean, it was really funny. It just made me think, how would we look if we were still playing today?
Like fools, dude.
You know, like I just-
We get a couple of songs in and be like, all right, everybody, we're thinking about wrapping the show up around 7 p.m. Meet us at Applebee's afterwards, all right?
We had to cut our set list because the other bands ran long. And we didn't want to be up too late. So
We're going to turn it down a little bit because Drew's daughter just fell asleep in the front row. Everybody shut up.
I also found out how old I was when we were at that show.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not interested in being anywhere near the mosh pit.
Yeah, dude. Not,
Actually,
not at all.
Oh, dude.
I don't want to be touched at all. I actually kind of want some space.
Yeah. And between 4 guys with beards while we were there, like I think everyone got that point too. Like
We'll just go around.
yeah, a few people like tried to like run through us or go through us or try and push us out of the way, and we made it very clear very quickly that we weren't having it. So that was pretty funny too, especially with our buddy Kyle who was with us because, dude, he's like a match, dude. Just, it
was like going to a concert with him in our 20s.
Yeah, dude. No, but this is where I found out how old I was. My buddy Kyle, after the first band, went to go get drinks for everybody and asked what I wanted. I told him I wanted a double bullet bourbon on the rocks. That's what I asked for, right?
Sounds sexy.
Yeah. Well, he goes back to the bar and he comes back and he gives me my bullet bourbon on the rocks. And he's like, yeah, dude, the bartender looked at me weird. I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And he was like, when I ordered your drink, she looked at me weird. And I was like, what do you mean she looked at you weird? It's just bourbon on the rocks. And he was like, she asked me if I wanted it mixed with anything. And I was like, and obviously you said no, right? As I'm pointing at the cup. And he was like, well, yeah. But that's when she looked at me weird. I was like, did you ask why? And he was like, yeah. I asked her why. And she said, because nobody here ever orders this. And I was like, nobody ever orders bourbon on the rocks or nobody ever orders Bullet. And he was like, I'm pretty sure, as he's looking around at everybody, nobody orders bourbon on the rocks.
She's like, are you taking this back to Ron Swanson or what's going on?
Well, yeah, dude. Well, that's the thing, which made me think like, oh my gosh, I'm a 36-year-old dude at an Atreyu concert, literally drinking whiskey on the rocks, like straight. Back in that day, it would have been Smirnoff Ice.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I remember right, I'm pretty sure some people there were, actually drinking those around us.
Oh, I'm sure, dude.
So it's amazing
Smirnoff.
the progression you go through.
Yeah.
Things
change.
Yeah, in the course of your life for
not
alcohol.
for everybody. I know plenty of people, dude, that still drink cheap, gross beer. and-
Keystone.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Natty Ice. Ugh. So, yeah, I could believe
Trulies.
it. Truly's.
By the way, this is not a Truly. I've only bought those one time. However, this is a LaCroix, and if you're wondering what flavor it is,
Cherry lime.
all I have to say is cherry lime. Got to start it off right, baby. All right, fellas. When we come back, we have entered a new year, but that did not stop somebody from trying to end 2018 with a bang, if you know what I mean. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
3, 2, 1.
All right, and welcome. Welcome back to the show. Now, fellas, like I said, we've launched into a new year, dude. Everybody gets a fresh start. Everybody gets a clean slate. Hopefully, including this guy
Were you
who
thinking
decided, especially this guy who decided to end 2018 with a little bit of a bang. I saw this story on Reddit, and I would love to share it with you guys because it's just a great picture of humanity. So here we go. Fellas, Dateline Golden Meadow, Louisiana, which I feel like is a pretty appropriate place for something like this to happen.
Okay.
The headline, suspect attempts to hide gun in butt.
But what?
What?
But what?
No. He attempted to hide gun in butt. In his butt.
Oh,
The gun.
okay. But, wow, okay.
I have a few questions.
Maybe the story
Hold.
will.
Just hold.
Yeah. Maybe the story will explain it. Probably not. But here we go.
What's the caliber?
Just hold.
That they address that. Here we go. Here's what it says. One criminal
45.
suspect certainly. Yeah.
50 BMG.
Okay. 50 cal. Okay. One criminal suspect certainly deserves an A for effort, although things really didn't work out in the end. Get it? Okay, here we go. It says police were called on December 28th to a report of a suspicious activity at a home in a neighborhood outside New Orleans. Now, I want you to imagine that you're a police officer. You just got done spending Christmas with your family. You're hopeful for the new year, and this is the call that you get sent out to. When they arrived, they questioned Justin, I think it's Savoy is how you would say his last name, who was at the home. Now, during a pat-down, officers found a concealed handgun, marijuana, a pipe for smoking marijuana. Okay, so this guy was partying. It says they also found a homemade gun in his truck along with additional firearms and silencers. Crazy. Now, here's where it gets good. While he was being strip searched, police found a small gun hidden in his buttocks.
What?
Now,
Hang on.
please.
If you have all this other stuff, why are you just trying to hide the one?
It's like that would be the same as getting pulled over with 100 pounds of cocaine in the trunk of your car.
And you're trying to keister a little. Dude,
You're like,
what are you doing?
hopefully no one finds my cigar box.
Yeah. Like at this point, dude, all you're doing is hurting yourself and adding another charge.
Oh my gosh. Now, Drew, here's here's what you were wondering about. It says police did not release the caliber or the make of the gun found in Savoy's butt. But he was charged with marijuana, drug possession, a felony charge for taking contraband into a penal institution, and improper registration of a firearm. He didn't have a license to conceal that one, if you know.
He's lucky. He's lucky something didn't get shot through his penile.
Dude. I just don't understand the train of thought there at all. You have all this other stuff that you cannot possibly put in there, especially since you already have a gun. And what do they mean by he was trying to, like, how far along in the process was he when they found him, dude? Like, what are you seeing when you're the cop walking up on this, dude?
Here's the question. Do you think he was in the middle of hiding everything and only had time for one?
What is going through your mind if you're looking at all of this stuff that you have that you know is illegal and you're like, well, I better get started.
Like, you're looking seriously all over the house. You're like, there's so many cabinets and drawers. The attic. You're like, nope. Here we go.
I'm going to put this gun in my bum.
He was watching The Office, and Stanley was all, stick it up your butt. And he's like, wait a minute.
What if this show was just about good advice? Dude,
I was talking about the wisdom of The Office.
I am happy that I've never had that thought or that feeling to ever need to ever do anything like that. And
okay,
if I did and I had all that stuff, I would probably start with something smaller. The silencer.
At least no one would hear you fart.
This here. Pew, 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 pew. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, how weird.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Put yourself in his shoes. You look out the window. The cops are coming.
Yeah.
You got no time. You're gonna have to just. You're like, you know what? This is the final option. Now, do you pistol grip it and go barrel first, or do you
no. Dude, no, the gun in the butt is not an option.
That was the mystery answer, and that was a test, and you passed, Drew. Proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
So
starting 2019 off on the right foot.
What would you do?
Hey, this isn't about me, guys. Okay, I'm asking the questions here. So I just thought we could start off 2019 the right way, and I
wish it was somebody that I went to high school with or something, so that I could really get a good laugh out of it. You know, you're like, oh yeah, I remember him from high school.
He's probably like, hey, what else could I fit up there? That hand grenade looks great. And then maybe that pineapple.
Oh, dude.
You can't be serious. Brick, where did you get a hand grenade? Now we know. Now we know.
Did you stab a man with a Triton? Oh,
Phyllis.
Wow.
I just thought we could start 2019 off the right way, and this story is just ripe for the picking when it comes to puns. And so, are you with me?
I think so, yes.
All right, so I'm just going to hit some music, and we can just round robin this bad boy, and let's just give it a good 30 seconds and just spitfire them. Are you ready?
No.
Actually, edit that.
That's all right. I'll start us off. Fellas,
Okay.
talk about leaving one in the chamber.
Okay. All right. So,
Not the best start, but it just, I'm setting the bar low so you guys
Screw
can
you,
achieve.
2019.
is that a Browning in your butt?
That was good. That was really good.
I feel like I threw you off or something.
You did. I didn't think you were going to have anything, so I didn't think I'd be in this position.
Hey, do you guys think this was a tough case to crack? I don't know about you guys, but to me, this guy sounds like a real straight shooter. I guess we know who's riding shotgun from now on.
I guess he's over the moon for his pistols. Well, I'm ready for you, Drew. Come on.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm afraid of. That's what
Is that a gun in your butt, or are you just happy to see me?
I mean, I'll give it to you guys that you are saying better things than I am, but that's not saying much. Is that a shooter in your pooper?
That's just a question. That's not even like. Is there like some comedy with like a play on butt-zooka? Like some sort of butt-zooka?
Yeah,
joke?
we were 3 years old.
Dude, we're already like bordering that.
I don't know if I want to go there.
These are like dad jokes, like to his son.
Well, all we have to say is, look, there was worse ways to end 2018 than maybe the way that we capped off. We were sick, we were almost dying, but at least we weren't shoving guns up our butts. So way to go, guys.
Life could always be worse.
Exactly. Let's rock 2019. Are you with me? No guns in the butt.
Let's rock 2019. I mean, and no guns in the butt.
Yeah. We could rock 2019 without making ridiculous promises.
All right, hey, on that point, guys, let's talk about what we've learned. Number one, I feel like I learned this, but now I'm doubting it. Number one was that your butt is never an option, but maybe it is. I don't know. You guys are making me second guess everything I thought I knew.
Wait, I don't know if I like that general rule. Like, I mean,
It seems like it might just be like an untapped resource.
Oh my gosh.
There it is.
welcome to the game.
Yeah, Drew, you did it. Number two, it sounds like Metallica is just old now, and that's when Lars becomes the show. I feel like it's time to hang it up.
When he's the guy you're there to see.
Exactly.
Maybe we should just call him Srow from now on. Srow. Yeah, Lars backwards. Just, I don't know why. Maybe it'll just make him angry. Srow or Ulrich. No?
That was good. We'll put that on Patreon and make people pay extra for it. All right, and number three.
That was like a tap on the back.
No, it's all right.
It was a swing.
Guys, number there was an attempt. All right.
You swung hard, buddy.
And I think the biggest thing, number three, hey, Josh, high five, our practical joke to make Drew watch A Christmas Prince totally worked.
Yeah, I did.
Good job, everybody. Good job, everybody.
If only it stopped at Christmas Prince.
We got him.
We got it. I'm sorry, Drew. All right. Hey, once again, we just want to say thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning into the show. If you're interested in supporting the show and getting exclusive content, make sure you check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/youmehepodcast. Only $2 gets you exclusive content. Today we talked a little bit about Tropic Thunder and some other things during that, and so you can get to listen to all that bonus content. It's waiting for you there. And hey, until next time, I am your host, Rob Lambert.
This is Josh Frankenstein.
And this
signing
is
off. Gotcha.
Drew Carroll. Happy New Year, everyone.